What is going on? Today is October 10th. We're going to be going over small caps, pre-market, and open market. We're going to be starting with BLMZ. This one was pushing into open over this and in this gap level. This thing, open day or open price, open bell market high day. It did try to come back, but it ended up failing. So this pattern in general is very bearish, especially over a key level. We talked about this a few times this week already. We start at highs, we break, we come back down and fade underneath. It's super bearish. These have never, when I say never, the probability of them coming back and providing another bullish run is really small. So we saw this earlier in the week a few times, so we're going to stick to this. If we see something push and start to break back down, we're probably going to stay away from it. BNZI. This one was a multi-day runner. It ran yesterday. Did absolutely nothing. That's what usually happens. Burrow's also a multi-day runner that ran 2 days ago. This volume is nothing to rave about here. I do like these little VWAP touches though. Those are nice. If this had higher volume, it would be worthwhile, but we have this VWAP break, push back up, flag over VWAP push. This is a very strong pattern right now. We've seen multiple occurrences of this. So it's something to look for, although this thing did stall out. This was a good flag right here, and it stalled out at this kind of key pivotal level. So unfortunately didn't get a lot of bullishness, but the volume just wasn't there. BYU, it ran yesterday apparently. Did not know that. Nice volcano pattern there. But this thing, day 2 usually never works, and proven right here as well. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. CNEY. This bad boy kind of ran a while ago, but not really. This thing faded off. I actually took some here. Did not work out too well, obviously, but yeah, this thing just basically had no volume. The Kraken. The old Kraken. This one, nice little dip to a key level off the rip. Nice little flag over VWAP and then push. I took some off of the pre-market highs here, and I scalped it up to like 183, 182. Trash candle, but then I re-added here. Did not actually realize this uptrend until hindsight later, but I took some here. It was so slow. We had a huge wall at 172, 173. It broke it. I was holding, and then as soon as we started to fade back under 172, I got rid of it. It was super heavy, so thank God I did. But this is a nice uptrend break if you're bearish. If you're shorting, it's a solid bearish pattern. Duo out of nowhere, kind of like a backside bounce. This is also a multi-day runner. This one hit the 200 and had no volume. FIFI, also multi-day, hit a key level and also faded. There's a nice U pattern here. Some pretty solid volume, but this candle, it's a pretty solid shooting star right there. Like that, like a little doji thing. All right, GTAI, or as I like to call it, JTI. This thing was the breadwinner of the day. This pattern, up, down, go. This pattern is super bullish right now, and especially when it breaks VWAP. Usually we've seen some that are, this is an open market. We've seen some where it opens below VWAP and then does this. We saw this on, I believe, I forget what pattern it was yesterday. I'm blanking out. Mints. It was on Mints. We go to Mints. Well, that's actually the next one anyway, but Mints. So we have this push up, push down, we break VWAP, we push back up, and we push back down to VWAP, and then we push out from there. So it's kind of a typical bullish pattern. I mean, it's not new science or anything, but to me the biggest thing is VWAP. We break over it and we come back down, we're near it, and then push. So I mean, I had my balls and dick out for this one right here. Made a little bag myself. I added heavy basically in this area. Sold most of it here. It did actually push up way higher, so got to practice kind of holding for higher ranges. But this market has been kind of meh, so I'll take those gains any day of the week. We have this pattern. We have a dip to the pre-market high. We have kind of like this cup and handle pattern here. We have an inverse head and shoulders, not inverse, a fake head and shoulders kind of pattern here, and then it rips up. We also had a uptrend here, and that when it breaks, it never came back to. Again, didn't really see that either. Uptrends are kind of going away a little bit in my opinion, but they're still there. Kicks in, multi-day, didn't do anything. Lays multi-day, did not do anything. Mints multi-day, faded off. I think mints ran yesterday. Again, multi-day recycle tickers really aren't producing a whole lot. SRFM, this thing did not see this at all either. Let's see. This has been grinding for a while now. Kind of a multi-day, kind of not. What I like about this, again, is we see the same pattern. Up, down, we break VWAP. We push back over VWAP. We kind of settle on a flag here. There's even another flag here, and then we push. So this area is where we want to add. Right there, right there. So that was nice to see as well. TPST. This thing faded off of Mount Everest. Look at that. See you later. And then TRNR. Nothing there. There's no volume. TVGN. What is this thing? Is this a multi-day one? No, I just see kind of a fade or low volume. Didn't really do much. It was up earlier in pre-market. Wheeler Walker Jr. Yeah, I'm not playing this, but that's kind of that fake breakout pattern we saw, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month ago. We had this clear defined breakout level. It breaks and then fades. Saw that a bunch. XHG. This one also ran previously, but it kind of ran a while ago. This one had this like solid momentum, but again, up, break VWAP, up, down to VWAP, up again. I mean, this pattern is pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it's just an extended long-term pattern that's worked very well. But nice dip to VWAP here, and we also have an inverse head and shoulders. I know it's small, right there, boom, boom, boom. We have an inside 5 flag here. This flag right here. This is a good, where am I at? 9 minutes. This pattern we haven't seen a whole lot of recently, but this is you have a flag, 5-minute flag, it breaks, and then the pullback. And typically it gets to not back to the highs, or else we'd be calling a cup and handle. You could call it a cup and handle, but I call this kind of an inside 5 flag where you have resistance here, right? Comes down, it's not breaking, and then it breaks that, still underneath this high, comes back down, hits this point, which is this, and then goes. This is a solid dip pattern if you just kind of miss this action, but nice to see that as well. We also have an uptrend. It breaks and it fades all day. All right, so most price action, again, in the morning. We're not seeing a whole lot of later day movements. Multi-day recycle stocks are very weak. Day one tickers are making a kind of comeback. And then stocks in the 50 cent to $1 range are the best stocks. Today we had a couple that were below 50 cents make moves, but overall stocks under $1 this week have been on fire. So we are going to continue to bang out the penny stocks. Look for this pattern. Don't be a little pussy. Just add it, and we're good to go. Peace.